guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Absel. If today is your first time here, thank you for coming. Please subscribe, like, share, drop a comment. If today is not your first time, thanks for coming back again. Thank you, I love you. In today's video, okay, so like today's video is a gist, right? And I'm sharing a story that I've had to share a lot of times in the past 6 months. You already know what I'm talking about, because well, the reason why I've had to share the story a lot is because if you know me, or those that know me know that I am very difficult to surprise. So I've been asked a whole lot of times, were you surprised? Did you know? How come you didn't know? You like? So I'm like, you know what, let me just make a video of this whole proposal gist, so that when next anybody asks me, I can always say, please go and watch it on my channel, if you get what I mean. But really sure, I'm going to be gisting you how my proposal went. Yeah, so if you want to hear the gist, the full story, keep on watching. So guys, background story is that my fiance, feels good to say that. Please, where's my ring? Jesus, let me go and wear my ring. I'm coming back. Yes, I'm back. I can be in you people's faces. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so my fiance, background story. Ever since we started talking, I've been like, he doesn't think a proposal is necessary. Like, why am I proposing? Am I not in this relationship because I want to marry you? Like, so why do I have to ask if you will marry me again? If you will not marry me, then let's do relationship. Do you get? And I'm like, Jesus, God, I beg. But at that time I just felt like it was just bluffing and everything like that. Like, he was definitely going to propose. But every time there was a conversation around proposal, it would say the same thing. It's not proposing and all. But like somewhere in my mind, I felt like, okay, he just kept saying that so that I would be actually surprised. But somewhere in my mind too, I'm like, hey God, what if this man does not propose? Am I going to lose a good man because he's not going to do the whole paparazzi of proposal? And I just felt, God I beg. Okay, so fast forward to September actually. It was to come for a wedding in the southwest, so it doesn't stay around, right? It doesn't stay in the southwest. So it was come for a wedding in the southwest, and at that time we had been talking about getting married. We had been talking about having our introduction in December. Mind you, this was September. So I'm like, if this man comes to the southwest in September and he doesn't propose, I ain't gonna get no proposal, because the next time he's going to be coming to the southwest will be for introduction. So definitely proposal will not come one day before introduction or something. So I'm like, well, I just started taking my mind off it slightly, like maybe I was being too, but I knew I wasn't being too. I knew that for every time I watched a proposal video prior to having mine, I was always genuinely happy for these people, and I'm like, this is so sweet, I would like something like this. So I knew I really wanted it here. But I was like, however, if it comes, fine. If it doesn't, fine, right? So yeah, and before then I'd also been saying that I didn't want so much proposal. Like, I wanted something intimate, indoors, not over the top to me. So I say it a lot that for me it was more about the intentionality and the efforts that would be put into the proposal, as opposed to how much is being spent for the proposal. So I was always saying that and all. So yeah, so fast forward to the weekend of the wedding that we had. We were to go together, and I was just seeing my friend as I was going and all, and then she kept saying, did you fix your nails? I said no. She said, can you just buy nails, press on nails and fix? I'm like, it's not that deep. First of all, I do not like fixing nails, so like I can still count how many times that I fixed my nails in my entire life. So I don't fix my nails. So like, I'm like, why are you keen on me fixing nails? Plus it wasn't like I was maybe on the bridal train or something of the wedding that we're going for. So why am I stressing, that kind of thing? She kept saying I should fix my nails and all. I was like, I'm not fixing my nails, so I just left it. This wedding was on a Friday, so we got back to Abeokuta, which is where I stay, on that Friday. Then the next day my babe was around, and then my assistant that had not been around for a while, she came, and I'm like, how far? Yeah, what's up? She was like, I just came to greet you, this, that. I even bought you a gift. And I'm like, okay, what's the gift? And then she goes out and she brings a set of press-on nails, and I'm like, something is definitely up. So because first of all, for somebody like me that hardly fixes her nails, why are you buying me press-on nails as gifts? So I'm like, okay, you know what, I'll just fix it when next I have an event. And then all of them are like, oh no, now just fix it now, you know, tomorrow is Sunday, you just wait to church and this, that. It was at that point I just knew that these people are definitely planning something, but let me just play along. Let me just play along. So I fixed the nails, but because I was so uncomfortable, I kept trying to remove it. Genuinely, I was removing it because I was uncomfortable. So fast forward to Sunday, we're in church. I got a call that I had a job, you know, after church. Apparently, their initial plan was that they would have set up the studio, my office in the studio. They would have set it up before I get back from church. So I was just going to come and meet that bam. But then, you know, again, I'm almost ruining their surprise because I called to say that, oh, I'm not coming back to the studio just yet. I'm just going to come and pick my box, and I wasn't going to enter inside the studio. I told my assistants to bring my box and chair and all of that outside, so I didn't enter at all. So we went for the job and we had to do like 5 people's makeup, so it took time. I just saw that she kept going outside to call or pick calls and all. I was already, I see, to be honest, I knew that I was going to get proposed to on that day because I told my pastor's wife in the morning, because, you know, I didn't want to ruin their surprise. Everybody knows me for ruining surprises. So when I knew, I didn't want to tell any one of them that I knew that would be involved in the planning, that I know you guys are planning something, because it's just going to ruin their surprise. So, but it was choking me inside to tell someone, right? So when I just got to church that morning, I told my pastor's wife that I actually think I'm getting proposed to today. And she was like, are you serious? I'm like, I don't know, but I guess. And like, oh, maybe I came yesterday and she bought me nails, and I'm like, something is fishy and all. So anyways, fast forward to when we finished the job, she still like making calls. Yes, we are done, we're on our way. I'm like, I just ignored it. So when we got back to the studio, I was so tired. Imagine doing makeup for 5 people. I was tired, so I'm like, I just want to crash. And then my baby's like, let's go out. Go where? Maybe to see Remy. Hey God, I said I'm not going. I'm not going out though. Said that me. I'm only saying that we had not gone on an actual date prior to then. That so let's just use this opportunity to go, since I'm still dressed, I'm still wearing makeup. I can just touch up my makeup and then we'll go out. Apparently, that was a ruse to get me to, you know, repackage myself. That's the fact that like I had not changed from what I wore to church and my makeup was still on my face. You know, because I had been working, I was already not looking great. So that was their plan for me to touch up my makeup and, you know, brush my hair again and do all of that. Jesus, people. So I did that, and then we stepped outside, and so I'm definitely going to attach videos of the what's it called, of the proposal in this. So I did that, and then we stepped outside and it called Bolt. Actually, it did not call Bolt. He pretended to call Bolt, and when he was trying to describe me, yes, this place, that place. So we went outside the gate and we're waiting for Bolt. Then he was like, I forgot something inside, and he went inside. And I was now waited for a couple of minutes. I'm like, why is it taking him so long to take what he said he forgot? So I came back inside to call him. I didn't see him. I'm not asking everybody, where's Pino? Where's Pino? They're all like, one was like, he didn't come inside. And that one was like, oh, I think he went outside. And that one was like, okay. So meanwhile, 2 of my babies were around. First of all, one of them, I know she's going to watch this video, but she ran away from home. She had not come home in a long time. So when she said she was coming home that day, I'm like, okay. Meanwhile, yes. So when Mabel came home the previous day in the morning when we were going to church, I'm like, let's go to church. And she's like, she's not going to church. You're not going where? Mama, stand up. Let's go. You know, that was another thing that I almost did, or that I did to almost ruin their plans, because she was supposed to stay back at home to decorate and set up the space. But I'm like, I'll be used there at home on a Sunday. Let's go to church. So during service, I stepped back to do something, and I'm like, where's Mabel? I did not see her in church again. So I asked Benin, who is Mabel's sister, who is my baby? I asked her, where's Mabel? She said, oh, she had running stomach. Can you imagine the number of lies these people had to lie just to surprise me? Oh, she had running stomach, so she went home. She had running stomach. At that point, I didn't want to it. I just felt, oh, okay, cool. So Bukola was also around. Bukola is also my baby. So, and okay, yes, another thing I did to ruin their surprise. I had a delivery that I should have done the previous day that I was unable to do, and the person was really disturbing me. That's how, when I got home from the job, I said, Bukola, you come and quickly help me deliver this item. Hey God. I just saw that she was just going and coming. She didn't stay. She wasn't prompt about it, and I'm like, why are you sluggish? Now quickly go and deliver this thing and come back home now. Not knowing that they had a plan. Okay, so well, I came back inside. So, and then there was Pastor Mayo around. So Pastor Mayo is my fiance's brother, friend, son, everything together. So I was asking all of them and they just kept doing me like this. So I was like, Mabel, did Pino come inside? She now said, oh, she saw him enter the office. Me, I was not like, please help me call him. She just looked at me like this. I just walked out. And she just like, I'm like, okay, let me go and call my person myself. Oh, you get? I just opened the door. I'm like, what? You know, because okay, so this is what surprised me the most. When he said we were going out, you know, because I already knew that I was getting proposed to, I thought that the proposal was going to happen at that outing. So as much as I was excited, I was also like sort of but I've always said that I didn't want a public proposal. So why are we going out? If he's actually going to propose, why are we going out? Do you get? So I felt that also made me feel like, oh, maybe he's not actually going to propose, because I've always made it loud and clear I do not want a public proposal. So I was shocked. Like I opened it up like, oh, and then I now met my friend there. Okay, so my friend, the one Damlarish, the one that was telling me to fix nails, do this, do that. She even picked clothes for me for that Sunday. I'm like, okay. I met her in the office. She stays in Lagos. She was in the office. I'm like, no way. How did you get here? Jesus. Okay, so I just walked in and my fiance was there, and one of my favorite love songs was playing, and you know, there were balloons, flowers, there was a cake, and you know, I was just like, oh really? Oh my god. See, still thinking about it, I still feel so emotional and so happy, and I'm like, you know, I used to think that, you know, I was going to be very happy when I get proposed to, but to be honest, I was way happier than I thought I was ever going to be. Like, I'm like, meanwhile, yes, like some days before then, we had gone to see my mom, and I was still like, my mom is our party, so I was still telling my mom that, mom, this your son doesn't want to propose to me, I'm not going to agree if he does not. And my mom was like, kilo want no proposal, kilo want no proposal, she ti just decide, ti just agree pé fẹ́ fẹ́ra yín ní kíní kan. Apparently she also knew about it, and I was the only one in the dark. So you know, that happened, and I'm like, and he said some of the sweetest things I've ever heard. I was like, do you marry me? I'm like, okay, wait, let me think about it, you know. Give me a moment. But really, that was one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had in my entire life. So yes, that's my proposal gist. I'll insert videos of okay, let's not finish the gist then. So while I was still hugging my husband, oh sorry, not my husband yet, because I know some people will come for me. So while I was still hugging him and feeling all mushy mushy, I just looked back. I used to see these girls, they were really I'm like, why you don't cry? You know when they say Epoya? These girls are crying, like weeping. I'm like, Kilo Shele, why are you guys crying like this? It's not a sad. I'm like, is it sad tears or joyful tears? Because I don't understand why. Like, they were, I will put the video. I told them that I'm not going to hide that video from the public. I'll put the video. So like, they were crying out. Everybody was so emotional. Like, it was so beautiful. It really was a beautiful experience for me. And to be honest, I'm still going to do a video on how we met and just our journey together. But really, I'm just so grateful to God for what he just, like, the way he worked things out between us, and I'm super excited and looking forward to what God has in stock for us for the future. Like, sometimes, not sometimes, a whole lot of times, when certain things happen, we always think that, why is this bad thing happening to me, this, that. But at the end of the day, God has better plans for us. And one thing I want to leave you with in this video is that God can never mismanage your life. You can never want good for yourself more than God wants it for you. God wants good for you. God wants great things for you, and your desire to want good things for yourself can never be half as much as what God wants for you. Do you get? I hope I didn't ramble there, but like, I hope you get my point, because that's my testimony. To be honest, that's my testimony. Someday soon I might share that story as well, but for now, this is the story I am sharing. So like, yeah, we're counting down to our wedding, our big day. But really, pray along with us. Getting married is not beans. I don't know, I've never been married, but we have an assurance that our marriage is going to be beautiful, because we are children of God. And even when the world is saying this, our own testimony is always different. So pray along with us. So yeah, pray along with us, and that's our proposal at the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I am I am so grateful. Don't forget to subscribe. Like, if you watched till this point and you have not subscribed, you are the problem of Nigeria. But really, please subscribe, share, drop a comment. Thank you. I'll see you on my next one. Bye.